Hello everyone, this is Adish. I'm a grade 10 student from Mumbai. So today's problem is chef and sequence. The difficulty level of this problem is simple because you only need to know basic math in order to understand the solution, and you only need to know basics of inequalities. So in this problem, we are basically given an array of n positive integers. So the integers are positive, that means they are greater than or equal to 1. And we need to change at most key elements of this sequence into arbitrary positive integers such that the following inequality holds. The sum of squares of the numbers should be less than or equal to the sum of the numbers. And we need to print yes if it's possible or no otherwise. So in each test case we are given n and k, and we are given the value of the n positive integers for the sequence A, and we need to print yes or no whether it's possible for each condition. So in the first example, let's say that n is 2 and k is 2. This means that we have two integers 1, 2, and we can obviously change the second integer to a 1, and this gives us the array A is 1, 1. So we just use one operation for k, and the leftover value of the number of operations is 1, and 1, 1 satisfies the condition that 1 square plus 1 square is less than or equal to 1 plus 1. Now, the key idea, there's only one possible approach for this problem, which is to try and understand how this inequality holds for positive integers. So the key idea is that if you consider only positive integers, then it should be clear that since 1 squared is greater than or equal to 1, 2 squared is strictly greater than 2, 1 squared is actually equal to 1, 2 squared is strictly greater than 2, 3 squared is strictly greater than 3, and in general for any positive integer ai for the sequence for the given sequence, ai squared will always be greater than or equal to ai, and ai squared will be equal to ai only when ai is equal to 1, and otherwise ai squared will be strictly greater than ai when this particular value of ai is greater than 1. Now there are only two cases: ai is equal to 1 or ai is strictly greater than 1. Now if ai is strictly greater than 1, then we know that ai squared will be strictly greater than ai, and this is bad because we know that this sequence will then be strictly greater than a1 plus a2 plus all the way up till an. If ai squared becomes strictly greater than ai, and even if the remaining n minus 1 integers satisfy the condition that ai squared is equal to ai, even in that case, the total sum will be strictly greater than the right hand sum. And the only possibility, that's why the only possibility is that we need to ensure ai squared is ai for all I, and this means that we need to ensure that all the elements in the sequence are ones. So our problem basically reduces to ensuring that ai squared is equal to ai, because we know that this equality of ai squared greater than or equal to ai holds for every I, and that's why we need to ensure that ai squared becomes equal to ai for all I, and this means that ai should be equal to 1 for all I, and this means that we need to change the sequence to all ones, and we need to change at most key elements of the sequence so that all of them become ones. And that's why we just need to check whether the number of elements which are not equal to 1 is less than or equal to k, and that's what we can do with a single iteration. With a single for loop we can iterate over all elements and check how many of them are not equal to 1. If the number of elements is strictly less than, or if it's equal to k also, we know that we can change all those k elements to be ones, and that's why the answer would be yes. However, if the number of elements which are not 1 is strictly greater than k, then we know that we can't change all the elements to ones, and that's why we know that ai squared will be greater than ai for some I, and that's why we know that this left hand side will be greater than the right hand side, and this condition won't hold true. So now I'll show you the code which just uses one single for loop. So in the C++ code, for each test case, I'll take in the value of n and k. I'll maintain the count of the number of elements which are not equal to 1 in the count variable. If this count is less than or equal to k, we'll print yes, otherwise we'll print no. And there are two ways in order to check in the loop. The first way is to check if the value of the x which we take from the input is not equal to 1, and in that case we'll increase count. Or in the Python code, you could take in the array itself as a list, and you could maintain the count of the number of elements which are strictly greater than 1, because note that there are only two cases: either the element is equal to 1 or is strictly greater than 1. The elements can't be less than 1, because from the input we know that all the elements are between 1 and 10. So that's why if the element is greater than 1 or if it's not equal to 1, both the conditions being the same thing in this case, we can just increase c by 1. And if this value of c is less than or equal to k, we can print yes, otherwise we can print no for each element, for each test case. And both these codes get accepted. So I hope you like this problem and my solution. If you had any doubts, do leave them in the comments down below.